What is up, Colts fans? And welcome to another episode, finally, of Conley on the Colts. I'm your host, Mike Connolly. Yeah, I definitely took a little bit of absence from making some videos during the off season, but I am back, and so is Colts football. Training camp is here. The season is very close. Can't help but get pretty excited about it. So, as you can tell from the title of the video, I wanted to just talk a little bit about the start of camp last week, a couple of headlines of importance I felt from then, and a little bit this week. But mostly, I wanted to discuss the Jonathan Taylor situation that has been going on, the very bizarre scenario. So, first thing, starting out, I wanted to obviously this is going to be some old news to a lot of you. Just wanted to make a few key points that I thought was important, and for those of you that might not know. So to start it out, Anthony Richardson is officially an Indianapolis Colt. Signed his contract last week, 4-year deal, $33.9 million. So pen to paper, like I said, he's officially a Colt. It's good to see. It takes some time to get those going after, waiting for other people to sign, so on. I also made note of Shaq Leonard being out there the first day of practice. Wasn't any contact or anything, but that was good to see, considering Ballard said that the day before during Ballard's press conference, he said that Leonard will be slowly introduced into practices and things, and then the first day, just to see him participating on 7-on-7 and 11-on-11s, it was just good to see. He was moving pretty good, so hopefully he can not rush it, but get back out there. Hopefully, beginning of the season, he'll be good to go. Keep an eye on that. That's a storyline to keep an eye on. Kenny Moore is having a great camp from reports that I've seen, which is very, I feel, is very important. I mean, the guy is our most experienced cornerback in that room now. After Isaiah Rodgers, getting suspended and the Colts releasing him for the gambling, Kenny Moore is our most experienced cornerback. That cornerback room has a lot of potential, a lot of young potential guys that just have not played in the NFL, just inexperienced. So anything that Kenny Moore can do, if he can return to what he was a couple years ago and help coach these guys up, help get them more ready, that's awesome. A couple of other guys that are having a great camp, Alec Pierce and Josh Downs seem to really be developing some good chemistry with Anthony Richardson. If you guys haven't seen the videos, I got quite a few highlights up on my Twitter page at Conley's Pod. Anthony Richardson can it's been said time and time again, the guy has tremendous arm strength. There's a few reports, that obviously he's got growing pains. He's going to have growing pains. Some of these shorter throws and things, but the guy can freaking just flick his wrist 60 yards. Some really cool receptions with Josh Downs. Josh Downs is able to catch that ball in traffic so good. I think he's going to be really special. Really feel that could be like a Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton connection. Time will tell. And Alec Pierce, I think he's going to have a huge second year, just stepping up. I think he is going to really turn some heads. Evan Hall is also having a great camp a good camp by reports, which is really good to hear given the Taylor situation. Also, Zach Moss, a couple days ago, broke his arm. He'll be out for 6 weeks. And the Colts also signed another running back today, which pretty cool. He was the RB for the University of Indianapolis, so that's a pretty cool signing. And he actually broke he's the all-time leader now for rushing, 4,583 yards for the University of Indianapolis. So that'll be a pretty cool storyline to kind of see. granted, the JT situation, it is what it is. The room still got some pretty good talent in it. Let's see. I think that's just about all I had for my notes for camp. I might be missing one or two things, but let's get down to what I really wanted to talk about in this episode, which is obviously the Jonathan Taylor situation, the very bizarre situation that's been going on a week now, roughly. So, for those of you that don't know, or anyone that needs a refresher, it's kind of started with the running back market. All the media was bringing attention to it not being what it has in previous years. It's kind of at a fall right now. So I believe that caused Irsay to send out a tweet along the lines of, the running back market, it is what it is. We signed the CBAs and the unions, fought for the value what it is currently. And he ended that tweet with, some agents are bringing bad faith to that discussion. Although he didn't specifically say it towards JT and his agent, Jonathan Taylor's agent fired right back to Jim Irsay on Twitter and said, bad faith is not paying the best player on your offense what he deserves, which started spiraling a lot more things. Ian Rappaport tweeted, this is a bizarre scenario. Reports are coming through that Jonathan Taylor wants a trade, that he wants out of Indianapolis, that they're not giving him what he feels he deserves. Then that brought out another report that Jonathan Taylor reportedly wants $16 million a year. And that is about what Christian McCaffrey signed last year. I think that's what Christian McCaffrey signed last year, in $16 million in a year. And I'll be the first to tell you, I love Jonathan Taylor. Love him. A great running back. I always try to draft him in fantasy. One of my absolute favorite players. But I'm sorry, I personally do not feel, especially in this market right now, because it's declined. He is not worth the same money as Christian McCaffrey. Yes, he is an elite running back. He is easily a top 5 running back. But it's a what have you done for me now, or what have you done for me lately league. Last year, not entirely his fault, but gets hurt, has the ankle problem. Offensive line doesn't block. We saw what he can do with an elite offensive lineman. But like I said, he, in my opinion, he's nowhere near Christian McCaffrey. They use him a lot more at pass game. He's more versatile than JT. Yeah, JT can break any run. He could probably take it to the house. But, Eckler's still out there, and not out there, but Eckler hasn't got the money. So it's just JT. It's just crazy to me that this situation has arose like it was. A month ago, Jonathan Taylor was saying, in interviews, I want to be a Colt for life. I want to retire a Colt. The contract will happen. It'll, it will cross the bridge. Like he just seemed he was in a total different mindset. I don't know if it was his agent. His agent's been on all over Twitter just saying just some crazy off the wall stuff. Not saying he's wrong. It's just off the wall. I think the whole party, the Colts and Jonathan Taylor's agent included, have not done a good job of trying to represent each side of this and come to agreement. But like I said, the report came out that Jonathan Taylor wanted to be traded because he's not. There's Jim Irsay flat out tweeted, "We're not trading Jonathan Taylor, but there is no talks of an extension either." I know a lot of people's opinions are, you're a rookie. You're still in your rookie contract. You need to ball out this last season. then talk about renegotiating a contract. And that's the thing too, is Jonathan Taylor reportedly didn't even pass his physical. He is not even able to suit up and be on the field because he didn't pass a physical. And more reports came out the other day that his ankle, Jim Irsay, I don't know if the Colts doctor said this, but Jim Irsay from reports said that he was under the understanding that Jonathan Taylor's ankle, that he was healthy, he was ready to go, and then Jonathan Taylor is now on the PUP list, and reports are coming out that Jonathan Taylor hurt his back during the offseason and a workout away from Colts facility. And if that's true, the Colts, from what people were saying from multiple sources, Taylor did hurt his back. Jonathan Taylor comes back and tweets, don't have back pain, never had back pain. I don't know who your sources are, but get new ones. So it's just like a conglomerate firing back and forth. It's like I said, this is crazy to me because a month ago it seemed like their relationship was great. They were pumped for pairing Anthony Richardson with Jonathan Taylor, which honestly we all were. And then within the last week, it's just like compiling of this tweet, that tweet. It's just, and I'm not saying that JT is not worth more than his rookie contract. He obviously is. I'd be fine with extending Jonathan Taylor for the right money, not for 16 million a year. No, but Jonathan Taylor, I would love him to remain a Colt, but I just don't understand his thinking in this situation at all. It's like you're on the PUP list. You're not even able to practice. Whether he wasn't able to pass his physical, I don't know if someone's lying here between the hurt back injury or what. But back to that hurt back report, hurt back report is the Colts are now saying that they've kind of been kicking around the idea of putting him on the NFI, the non-football injury list, which if they do that, Jonathan Taylor is screwed. Because when you put someone on that NFI list, that neglects his entire pay for this year. If Taylor goes on that list, if it indeed they find out, his injury happened away from football on his own, they can put him, from my understanding, they can put him on this NFI list and neglect his rookie contract for the entire year, and then the following year they would owe him that money once he played again, from my understanding. So I'm so confused by Taylor's logic here, with the market falling, with him being hurt. And then you want traded. Who's gonna pay you $16 million a year? All these NFL teams know the markets of these. Not saying you're not worth a top 5 contract if indeed you're wanting that $16 million. I'm not. Again, I'm not saying he's not worth more, because I think he's due $4.7 million this year for his remaining rookie contract. I'm just not understanding the thought process, and it's just so bizarre, everything that's been coming out with this. I mean, by the time this video gets uploaded, there'll probably be some more tweets from someone or some information come out. It's just, it sucks. It sucks because this team does not need this. This team has enough on its plate with this new regime, new head coach, new coaches in the building, all these rookie players that are going to be in starting roles, new quarterback. It's just, this is not what this team needs to focus on. And for that to be the biggest thing that keeps coming out of camp, trying to focus on some more positive things, but you have this nagging storyline that's like, what's happening over here? What it's just, it was not needed. It's it just sucks. But like I said, I mean, just kind of sum it up. There just seems to be there's definitely some bad blood between JT and the Colts now. Who knows what's happening behind closed doors? I I mean, I get JT's frustration for sure because they were, he was their offense. Carson Wentz year, the guy ran ridiculous, ran over everyone, ran so hard, so many touchdowns, and yet you still didn't make the playoffs. So that's the issue for signing these running backs to big deals. Like look at Kansas City with Macheco. I believe he was drafted in the 7th round, and they go and they win a Super Bowl. So it's like teams are looking at that saying, "Well, wow." Look at they're looking at that saying, "Wow, we could do that with they did that with him. We could do that with." Look at the Eagles last year. With Miles Sanders and the other backs that they had. It was more of a committee, but they look how good they did. It's just how unfortunately some positions of football work. Like again, I'm not saying Taylor is not worth it. Not worth. He's definitely worth more than his rookie contract. Just don't think he's definitely not worth $16 million a year just from the market. He's a fantastic elite running back. Love the guy, but I'm sorry, but quit being greedy. Talk to my brother about this. We were texting the other day. Like he said, you play for the love of the game, and the rest will fall in line. He made a great point. My brother made a great point. Like these guys on special teams are playing for $300,000, getting their freaking asses kicked. Getting just it's just crazy. Like I never thought that Taylor would come to this, that he would ask for a trade. Again, I don't know what's going on closed doors and things of that nature. I just never thought it would come to this. So we'll see what happens if Taylor wants to sit out and pull Le'Veon Bell situation. I think I don't quote me on these numbers, but I think I saw if you sit out every week, you sit out in camp at least, you're fined. I thought it was like 50,000 a week. Don't quote me on that, like I said, but it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. Was really hoping for that dynamic. Who knows? It might still happen. Fences might be mended. That's another thing that Taylor's. If I didn't mention that, Taylor's agent posted. Ian Rappaport posted. This situation seems to be getting pretty crazy. Hopefully, the fences can be mended. And then Jonathan Taylor's agent gets on there and says, "Probably, I doubt it. Probably not." So things have just escalated very quickly. Keep an eye on that. This is a huge storyline. I'm sure I'll make more videos about it. But hey, Colts football is back. Let's be positive. Let's focus on our new quarterback. See where this team can go. With this new coach and everything. So that's going to do it for this one. Appreciate tuning in. Thank you for the support. Anybody that wants to check out my Twitter, again, it's Conley's Pod. I post things as fast as I can when I see them. Just try to keep people up to date. Would love to hear from you on there. Send me a message. Tell me videos that you'd like topics you'd like to hear. Please do feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Any comments you guys want to put on this video, if you agree with me, disagree, what your opinions are on the Taylor scenario, what you would like, hopefully where you see this team going. Let's go, Colts.